Hey everyone, it's Diana B coming to you once again. I know you guys missed me. The last video I had was my first ASMR, and I guess technically speaking, it's not necessarily ASMR. It's a demonstration of a chair massage on a big and tall model. And because at the end, I basically give some instruction and some reasoning for some of the moves that I do. And because someone actually commented, I got one comment and they gave me some advice, and they said, well, if you know, ASMRs are pretty much silent. You know, they're just basically a demonstration period with no talking. But this, I did talk a little bit. I tried to edit it because I had an intro in the middle and the end, but the file was way too big. So I go, let me just send the recording of the video. I have another follow-up for that, and I will continue to do ASMRs. Those seem to be pretty popular, and I watch them and I get inspiration from them. And I think that any massage student that's serious about their craft would be doing that too, because there's some things that are standard strokes: effleurage, petrissage, vibration, friction, nerve end stroke, depotiment. Those are classic strokes. But then there's also different methods. As I was studying for the MBLEX, I do have a tutoring package, and I think it's excellent. I will be giving a review. It's the MBLEX prep test tutoring from David Merlindo. I actually personally talked to him about some I had some issues with a login piece, and I was able to talk to him. Really cool guy. He's funny. But yeah, so I was going through the different types of massage, and there's obviously a whole bunch of different types. And I thought it was interesting because there was some that I didn't even know about. So everyone knows about the Swedish massage, which is really just nice, relaxing strokes, really relaxation. You're not really going in deep at all. Of course, you have your deep tissue, which everyone kind of knows. That's just a lot more pressure. Your sports, which implements stretches, and it's really based for athletes, getting them prepared. So pre-event, post-event. They even have during the event. Sports massage. Thai. I'm actually really interested in learning more about Thai, which is basically you are clothed in loose clothing. You're basically, it's not on a chair. It's typically done on the floor on a little mat, and it implements a lot of different stretches. And I can tell you what, because I have to stretch, I'm not able to get massages just yet, but it allows the therapist to stretch out the client in various different ways. And I just thought that's something I'm definitely interested in, and I will be bringing to the table massages as I learn more. So Thai massage, I didn't really realize what the difference was, but it's basically stretching on the floor. Not so much these applications, but different elongating stretches, working with your body on the ground. You also have this thing called Lumi Lumi, L-O-M-I, Lumi Lumi. It's a Hawaiian, and they do different strokes. It seems to be somewhat spiritual in nature as far as some of the practices they do before they get into it. But I'm definitely interested in learning about that. Maybe I'll take a course in Hawaii. Because I really do want to become one of the top in my industry. And they say it takes, 10,000 hours to become an expert in your particular field. So, or any field that as far as that goes. So Lumi Lumi. What are some other ones? I thought it was just so interesting. So that's one thing. But the other thing I wanted to talk about is just this is really an update I wanted to give you guys. These cars are kind of, I guess they got somewhere to go because they really on top of it. But I finally kind of know basically what I'm going to do afterwards, because of course this is a part-time situation for me because I do have a full-time job. So that leaves me for evenings and weekends for what I'm doing to build my business on the side. I did come in contact with, from a referral from the school, a spa that will allow me to practice there on Saturday afternoons and even possibly Sunday. And they have a real nice split, so I don't have to pay rent. I would just have to do a split with them, and the split is very reasonable. That being said, I also have an opportunity to work for the school as well. So I will probably, most likely, do every other day at the, just working at the professional massage clinic at the school that I'm at, and then every other Saturday work out of where I'm based at. That way I can start building my clientele. They say it usually takes about a good year to build a clientele to where you're booked up. So I thought that was great, so I can be in a money-making position right away. So I wanted to let you know I was really happy about that. I still have to meet with them in terms of getting some specifics, but that's pretty much I believe that's a done deal. So at this point, I have a good, I would say a good solid month, 4 weeks, 5 weeks max. And I want to go ahead and schedule my MBLEX. I don't want to wait too long, but I don't want to go in there too soon. Because right now I'm pretty much have about 60 to 70% of the medical terms down. And I've gone through the different word roots for the major body systems like cardiovascular, digestive, integumentary, endocrine system, the lymph system, the skeleton system, the muscular, what was the other ones? Anyway, I'm actually have some flashcards. I did promise I was going to do some study with me videos, which I will do. I think it's very important that if you have some ideas, because you have to kind of almost learn how to learn. And I feel like I'm at least making some traction. Once I get over pretty much knowing 90% of those medical terms, it lays down the foundation, because it is a language. Once I get the medical terminology down, I pretty much have the positions of the body, because you have different quadrants that you have: interior, posterior, lateral, medial, transverse, and then you have your different flexions, your pronation, eversion. There's different terminology to not only the positions of the body, but the way the body moves. So I will be, once I go through the medical terminology piece and go through the different positions to make sure I have that down, and I've already kind of started hitting into the general massage terminology, which is kind of what I was talking about earlier, the different types of massage and the business ethics, draping, stretching, draping. So once I get that piece down, then I'll go into the anatomy. I've been doing muscles, but I'll be learning those in different groups. And what's been helping me is once I go through a group, watching videos on YouTube for that particular muscle group, that seems to be pretty helpful for me. Once I learn a bit of information, seeing something visually allows me to relate to it. Anyway, this is a long running little rant and update, but I did want to continue to get used to doing videos. I kind of was out of it, and then you start double thinking and you're like, what am I going to talk about? There's so many things to talk about and yet nothing to talk about, because you want to be so formal, and I do want to do that. There's going to be a little bit more effort than just getting on and talking, but I wanted to have some consistency in making content, however that goes. You have to start somewhere, and even if that somewhere is not as good as excellent or great or even good, you have to be willing to start something. Like if I'm going to the gym, I know I'm not going to be doing professional bodybuilder moves. But if the first thing you need to do is get into the gym, right? Once you get into the gym, and then maybe you start, banging on some weights. And once you get on those, do some weights consistently, then you can get into, the reason of why, what, how much, and these different techniques. So this is just really an exercise for me and an update for you. I'm actually about 5 minutes away. So I love you guys. I appreciate all of the support. Please consider subscribing. I will be having some great things coming up. I've just been tied up with MBLEX related study stuff outside of work. It's been hectic. So outside of work, I study as much as I can. And I realize I'm a night person, so now I've been pretty much just working till the AM, studying. So until next time, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And remember to keep God first. Bye. Mwah.